Jim, before I get to the domestic matters, can I just get your view as an Irishman working in Scottish football, just your reaction to the fact that UK and Ireland are going to be staging Euro 2028?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of excitement in my house, to be honest. My 10-year-old son is football mad, so by the time that one comes around, he'll be 14 going on 15. But yeah, something for us all to look forward to, I think. I'm delighted with the decision, and no doubt there'll be a real demand for tickets at the time. But yeah, I think it's great for the country. I think it's great for the UK and for Ireland, and you know, very exciting times, I think, to look forward to.
I mean, can it give, let's just look at Scotland, obviously some of the games will be at Hampden Park. How big a lift do you think it can give the game as a whole here, the fact that we've got this to look forward to?
Yeah, well, I can only talk about, you know, my own kind of growing up and watching international football, and my earliest memory of watching Ireland was Italia 90. You know, I was 9 years old at the time, and of course had a love for football prior to that, but that kind of really sucked me in. And you know, Ireland happened to have a very good tournament that time, and there was great celebrations in the town and throughout the country. And thinking back to my son now, as I said, who's 10 years old, but you know, 4 years ago was when he really got his interest in it. You know, watching the Euros on the telly. I think it was in Italy again at the same time, and you know, he had a bit of an interest in football prior to that, but not a huge interest. And then when the European Championships were on the telly, and obviously I'm sitting there watching every single game that's coming on, and he managed to, you know, just generate a real interest in it and hasn't looked back since. And you know, so I think the implications it can have on the younger generation, I think, is brilliant. You know, and I think that's what it's all about. You know, how do we continue to try and grow the game? I think Scotland as a whole, I think when you look at the attendances per the population, I think we're up there with the biggest countries in Europe, and hopefully this will just continue to grow the game in the future. And I think it's very exciting for all the young people out there who love football, who maybe don't always get the opportunity to travel, to see some of the big names. You know, the fact that they're all going to be here on our doorstep will be brilliant.
Back to domestic matters, Peterhead this weekend. The league's obviously the priority. Is this game an unwelcome distraction?
Not at all, Tyrone, no. I mean, we had a discussion this morning with the players just about the fact that, you know, we're in the quarterfinals now, and the fact that we've got this far, and you know, we've given the competition the utmost respect. I think you can look at the team selections that we have made throughout the course of it. We've went into every game wanting to win it. Of course, you know, everybody understands that the league campaign is our main objective, and getting promotion back to the Premier League is everything for us this season. But at the same time, you know, we want to try and win this Trust Trophy, and you know, we want to carry on the unbeaten run that we've got up to now. We're 11 games unbeaten, and yeah, Saturday is no different. You know, it's a different level of opposition, but Peterhead are doing extremely well in their own league. We played them already in the League Cup. We know that they're a good team, and we know that we have to respect them. But at the same time, you know, I've got great belief in the group, and whatever team we decide to go with on the day, I think will be enough, hopefully, to get the job done.
I guess when you're in a situation where everything looks like it's nicely snowballing at the moment in terms of the league campaign, perhaps this is a game where some of the players, the fringe players, might get an opportunity. I would imagine everyone wants to be part of the team at the moment, and this is a chance to stake a claim perhaps for some of the guys.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't made wholesale changes in recent rounds, and you know, I always do try and, you know, pick a very strong team, but I do have great confidence in the wider group. I am aware of the fact that there's a number of players who haven't got a lot of minutes this season already because the team has been quite settled. You know, we have had to make some forced changes, whether that's with suspension or through injury, but the guys who have come in and replaced those key players have done brilliantly. So we do have, you know, a few players at the moment who are carrying some knocks and some niggles, so there will be a decision to be made later in the week as to what the starting 11 looks like. But you know, I certainly won't be making changes just for the sake of making them. And you know, whoever decides to travel up the road from Dundee to support Dundee United, then they can know that we're going to select a very strong starting 11, and one that we hope will be enough to get the job done.
You obviously got a week off campaign, I guess if you take a step back, just how would you assess where things are at with the group at the moment, how the team are doing?
Well, I think, we're in a good place. It goes without saying. We've not lost a game in 11. I think we've had 8 wins and 3 draws throughout that period. We've got the best defensive record in the league, and we've scored a hell of a lot of goals as well. And I think we're in a very good place. We just came off the back of an extremely difficult fixture against Wraith Rovers away from home on Saturday, finding ourselves going a goal behind and having to show that strength and character that the group have shown in recent weeks, to come from a goal behind to take something from the game. We played really well in the second half, and on chances created probably should have went on and won the game. But I think overall I've got to be satisfied with where we are. The group has worked incredibly hard. We know the level of expectation that's on us as a team. We know that everybody has us down as firm favourites before a ball is kicked, going into every fixture. But as I've said in weeks gone by, it's one thing being favourites on paper. You've then got to go out there and get the job done. And there's no guarantees in this game. We've shown every opposition that we've faced the utmost respect, and we'll do the exact same thing on Saturday and try and continue on this good run that we're on.
And things are going along really nicely at the moment. Brilliant run of results. Do you feel the best is yet to come from this team?
Yeah, I do. I think we're still kind of always got something that we need to work on and continue to try and improve on. As I said, defensively, I think we've shown up to now that we've got a great defensive record. I think it's only 3 goals in the league that we've conceded. The signings that we have made in the summer, the recruitment that we've done has been very successful. I think all of those guys that have came in have played a real key role in getting us to where we are right now, which is top of the table. And it's very much a work in progress as far as I'm concerned. I still think we can do better in the final third at times. I still think we need to work on end product and better decision making, and I think if we do that, then I think we'll find ourselves scoring more goals. But I'm just delighted with the whole group. I think there's a hell of a lot of hard work went on behind the scenes as well. There's a lot of people that deserve a lot of credit, and more often than not in this game, it's the players who go on the pitch. They get all the pats on the back, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that do a hell of a lot of work during the week to make sure that everything falls into place. So it's great for the club, but we're not getting carried away. It's a hell of a lot of football to be played between now and the end of the season. But for us to achieve what we have set out to do at the beginning, we've put ourselves in a very good position.
So last one from me. I know when we spoke right at the start of the season, and you were talking about it's one thing having the nice footballers, but we need strong characters as well. Because as you just mentioned, you went into every game as the favourites, and you were starting the season as the favourites to win the league. Do you feel that what we've seen so far shows that you've brought in the players that have got the strong character that can handle the expectation, which is going to be so key to getting to where you want to be this season? Yeah,
I definitely do. I mean, I think when I go through the squad, and Ross Docherty is our captain, and he's got the armband on merit because of his leadership qualities and his experience and his communication qualities. But there's another 6 or 7 players within the group who could easily have been captain as well. Declan Gallagher has been immense since he came in. Himself and Kevin Holt have developed a brilliant partnership. They've been the best centre-half pairing in the league as far as I'm concerned. Jack Walton in goal, another really strong character. Sibbald and Tony Watt and Louis Moult. I could go on and on and on. But that character has been there for everybody to see. And you think back to the Dunfermline game where we find ourselves going a goal behind. There's very little time left on the clock, but the players keep going right to the end to get that last-minute equaliser. Against Queen's Park, again, we find ourselves going a goal down, but find something within to come back, get the equaliser, and then go on and win the game 4-1. So I think that character has already been called into question, and I think the guys have got huge pass marks up to now, and that's going to stand us in good stead. I think something that has pleased me more than anything is the fact that in games gone by we've had to go without real key players. Louis Moult obviously injured, missed the Queen's Park game. We won the game comfortably without him. We've had to go without Ross Docherty and Craig Sibbald for a few games as well. Other players have stepped into their place and just carried on the same type of football, the same message. And winning games and picking up valuable points, and that's definitely going to stand us in good stead. I think what we have found as well is that every team that we play against seems to raise their game whenever they come to Tannadice or whenever we go to their home patch, and that's something that we've had to adapt to as well. But full credit to the group, but it's only a small part of the job done up to now, because we're not even through a full set of the fixtures yet. So we have to stay humble, keep our feet on the ground, and just remember that it's the hard work that's got us to where we are just now.
Jim, just the reason why we're here today is to commemorate an exhibition celebrating 100 years of Dundee United FC. I mean, what's it like to be part of that and to have this exhibition?
Look, it's a great opportunity for us to reach out to the fans, and there's a great display down the stairs. We've got quite a significant number of young supporters there as well with their parents. A great opportunity for myself and some of the players to interact with them. Obviously they're on their holidays from school at the moment, so it's maybe a good time to do it, and for the parents to get the kids out from under their feet in the houses. But yeah, look, I mean, I have read the history of Dundee United, obviously being an Irishman myself, and I know the connections that Dundee United have had with the Irish community here in Dundee, and as you said, the centenary year of when the name change has happened from Dundee Hibernian to Dundee United. So I've tried to educate myself on what this centenary means, and I'm delighted that this club is so ingrained in the Irish community here, and the fact that I'm an Irish manager and our chairman has also got Irish ancestors as well. So yeah, it means a lot to us, but it's also, when things are going well for us as a club, off the disappointment of last season, for us to be able to give that little bit back to the supporters who have been so loyal and have really got behind the team all season. For us to be able to show our appreciation to them today down the stairs is quite fitting.
And just how great would it be to celebrate that milestone by helping get the club back to where they belong?
Yeah, I mean, that's what our aim is this season. We have to make sure that we get back into the Premier League. This club belongs in the Premier League. You can see the stadium and the infrastructure that we've got here. The fan base has been incredible. 3,000 fans at the Wraith game on Saturday away from home. We are one of the best supported teams in the country, and the Premier League is better with clubs like Dundee United in it. So it's my job and the job of the players and the rest of my backroom team to make sure that we bring that success to the city this season.